money. There's plenty of bitches.
Spend it on the bitches in the sex call. You gotta feed these hoes sometime.
Gee, I don't.
Kibbles and bits, all that shit.
I don't understand it, man. How do you guys? How you get 30 years in music industry, but you ain't got $100,000 to bail yourself?
That's what I said. That didn't make no goddamn sense to me. Like,
What's hood? It's your man DJ Work officially clocking in. EverythingDMVRadio.com. Coming to you live from Mike Lung Studios. Beautiful situation we got going on in here, man. Definitely appreciate y'all for having us out. We're gonna let y'all do your own introductions. You know what I'm saying? We got some local legends in the building tonight. Boy, introduce yourselves,
hey man, my man right here really good at his job. Real professional with it real quick. But you already know what it is, the one and only, Erie Ave, the Maryland Dreamer, before the deal, just know. Let's get it.
Mike Lungs, producer, artist, Mr. Do Everything. That's it.
Oh man. So before we jump all the way into it, let's start with y'all names. You guys got some unique names. How'd you guys get y'all names?
I was raised in the Delphi, in KJ's, and it was on the street, Erie Street at 20th Ave. And pretty much everything and a lot of things happened there, and it was first time of things, you know, me growing up. So just took that and ran with it and put the hood on my back.
You say Erie Street of 20th Ave?
Erie Street and 20th Ave. Two streets like.
That's in Maryland? That's in Maryland?
Yeah, in the Delphi.
Oh, in the Delphi. Delphi. Okay. Right
up the street from Golden Bull.
Well, you know, my government name is Michael, so I use a mic. And my nickname coming up was always Lungs. Obviously, I smoked a lot of chronic, so Lungs kind of stuck with it, but I didn't want to be Lungs, so put the mic with the lungs, and everybody still call me Lungs, so.
True. And I thought that, but it was like a couple ways it could have went. I was like, damn, the cousin had real bad asthma growing up. Obviously, we know your name, I'm like, alright, his name Mike, but did Batman have asthma or did he just smoke a lot of weed?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Smoke a lot of weed.
Smoke a lot of weed. Smoke a lot of weed. Who smoked the most weed out of y'all too?
Yeah.
To put this on record, I'm on federal probation. I ain't smoking no weed right now.
So we're gonna leave that alone. We're not smoking no weed nowhere. Straight Al Capone.
So I'm winning at the moment.
He's winning at the moment.
Yeah.
Alright, that's what's up. He passed the baton to the young man. Shout out to the OG for passing the baton. Look, he'll definitely take that. He'll definitely take that, man. What you guys got cooking up in here, man? It's been a long time. Last time I ran into you was at 95.5. We did an interview with Peter Parker. What you have going on since then?
Federal prison had me. That's what it was.
So you've been locked up? You've been locked up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Honestly, that was the basis of this album. When I was going through that, I had like 3 open Fed cases on me. And
for what though?
It was the cultivation and transportation of marijuana from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're kind of into it, you get blinded by not knowing that you're actually being investigated. So obviously they knew more about me than I thought they knew about me. So, but so it took about obviously when I initially was in custody, it took 1 to 2 months for me to actually get out on bond. Then when I got on bond, they put me in home confinement where I couldn't go anywhere. Obviously, my home was where my studio was at, so I was like, all right, cool. So we had a lot of music, and we just that's all I could really do was record because I didn't have much shit else to do because I couldn't go anywhere. So that's where this album kind of came from. This was years ago. This was like 5 years ago. And it was just like the raw emotion of just knowing that you're going away to prison for a while, because anybody who's in this lifestyle, once you get caught and you know you're caught, it's not like, oh, I didn't do it. Like, you know, it was done. It was a wrap. So all those emotions of whatever it could be, of knowing you're leaving your family, knowing you're going away, whatever, I ain't gonna say fears, not fears of going to prison, but fears of what your family's gonna be going through when you ain't there, you know, as being, you know, the man of the house, and you're leaving your children, you're leaving your spouse, and then, like, you know, what's life gonna be when you come back? Is your career over? Is your life over? You know, not knowing how many times you're doing it. I was facing 45 years. 45 years is what they throw in your face, and then I knew it was gonna be. I knew it wasn't gonna be 45, but when I talked to my attorney, I was like, yo, just get me anything, get me 10 years and under. 10, I could handle that. So that's what I was anticipating 10. And once it came down, he was sitting right with me in the courtroom when I got my sentencing. So, while in the midst of all that, we were recording this album. So a lot of it, touches on a lot of subjects of those raw, emotional feelings that most people don't want to talk about because they think they're too gangster or too hardcore or too cool to talk about these feelings. Everyone wants to be super drug dealer with a fucking cape and all that, but then nobody wants to talk about the repercussions of that, and that's what we kind of touched on. We recorded a lot of music and we narrowed it down, and that was really the basis of it. It's not like people are like, where did it come from? Well, that's where it came from. Me going to prison, getting ready to go to prison, and
let's just do some music.
Yeah, let's do some music and let me get this energy out of my system because I know it's gonna be a while before I'm back to be able to do any of this. So.
Right, and even before that, we were shooting a lot of footages too.
Yeah.
Like we just don't know, because it was just like, damn, like we don't know whether it's how it's gonna go, or even if it does go, how long. So let's just get some work in as much as possible. That was the process.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Do you think it's like that for most artists? Like they have to go through emotional, traumatic experiences, and that kind of drives them to want to be an artist, or?
I don't know. I can speak for myself because I'm just real and want to speak about it. Like I said, some people don't want to speak on like just being whatever you want to call being real. Like everyone gets into this facade of what this hip hop, being cool, being famous, Instagram famous, and all that. They get trapped in that where like you're scared to be yourself. Like you're scared to say that I'm scared. You're scared to be like, yo, man, I fucking cried today because for whatever it was. Whatever it is, people they think that it's not cool, it's not real, but that shit is real. I'm a human being. I got emotions. I get angry, I get sad, I get depressed, I get that. So, yeah, I talk about it. Other people want to rap like their album is like every day is a motherfucking party, but let's stop lying. It ain't a motherfucking party every day because that's not how the universe works. You got good and you got bad. You got rain and you got fucking sun. So there's opposite sides to everything in the universe. So you can't tell me that it's always a motherfucking party. You're always in the block, always hustling, and no one goes to prison. No one goes to jail. Everyone's on this magic strip with it, making all this fucking money. You're making all this money, but no one's getting fucking locked up. I'm living this fucking lifestyle with these fucking, the money phone in my fucking hand, but, goddamn well it ain't your money, it's your man's money. And it's bullshit. A lot of this shit is bullshit. So I just rap, man. Just talk about some shit, man. I don't give a fuck what no one thinks of it either. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, then just keep it moving. But that's me. At least you can know I'm honest.
Right.
And say what I gotta say. And if you don't like it, just move on. But, I talk about shit.
Yeah, I feel like people don't rap for, like how you say for, like how they had that experience. It makes them want to be a rapper or whatever. I don't think it's like that anymore. Like back in the days, it used to be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We messed up out here. We struggling, whatever it is. We gotta do whatever to get it. Now people have their reason wanting to rap or whatever it could be is to look cool, like you were saying, or they want to get the Gucci bags or whatever it is that these kids want. You know what I'm saying?
They want to live a lifestyle. They want to fit their lifestyle.
Or even just to be, this sounds crazy, or to be Instagram famous.
Right.
Literally, you know what I'm saying? They probably don't care about really rap at all. They just like, I just want to be Instagram famous because that's what they've been conditioned to in this new day and age of a generation.
So let me ask you specifically, like, what made you want to start rapping? Was it something emotional?
Writing poems and stuff like that, and it was weird, you know what I'm saying? But like English class was like one of my favorite classes in school, because I used to always get to learn new words and stuff like that. We used to do poems and stuff like that. And from doing those type of little activities in class, it taught me how to express myself, because it was always hard for me growing up, expressing myself like verbally, talking to somebody and being like, yeah, this is how I feel. I mean, today I could definitely do a lot better than before, you know what I'm saying? Like really talk to somebody and open up. And I started writing poems, in class and stuff like that, boom, 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 and then from, you know, just always being a fan of music and hearing the rhythm of music, and also being a big, crazy fan of Tupac at the time too. So it was like, you know, I just put two and two together and started, you know, working with a rhythm, and that's how I just started, you know. And but it was more so with anger behind it, because with poems I couldn't really express myself how I really felt. I could get it out, but I couldn't get it out with anger, like in the sense of like not really angered, but I'm angered from struggling, from the pain that we had to go through and all that stuff, you know.
Of what though? Like,
you know, being an immigrant, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, coming from a new country. Coming to a new country, you know, coming from Congo, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Congo, you know. I'm a citizen now from just, you know, whoever them niggas they got.
Look, for Trump come get your ass.
I'm a citizen, goddammit. Don't do me like that. But, yeah, I got a passport too. I was just always angered by it, you know. Even today sometimes, you know, because you have to look at TV and see people living good and stuff like that. And it's all fake, you know, and so they give you this facade that you have to live a certain kind of way, and you know, but you wasn't given these tools to even live these certain type of ways, you know. So it's like what they call it, a mirage. Is that what they call it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all it really is, and you know. So I put my pain in my music.
That's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Pain in your music. So you talked about poems and poetry. What was the first poem that you ever wrote? Do you remember the first poem?
I can't say I really remember the first poem, but I'm pretty sure it's some weak ass love shit. I don't really say it weak like that, but you know what I'm saying. From what we was learning at the time, I think the book or whatever, it was kind of like a love story type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It was in school. You know, I'm pretty sure it wasn't nothing like from the stuff I was going through at home. You know what I'm saying? We eating noodles and shit like that. You know, things like that. It wasn't the things we was going through in school or reading about. So my first kind of poem was kind of like some love. Nothing wrong with love. You know, love is the strongest, but more so it was like relationship love.
Do you remember your first rap?
Do I remember my first rap? I can't say I would have to really think on that.
You remember your first rap?
I wrote it on paper too.
Yeah, I don't remember it word for word. I remember it.
Some of it?
Not necessarily. I remember.
But you
I
remember
remember the content.
The content.
Yeah.
I don't think I can remember. I smoke too much.
I remember.
So do you remember how old you was when you wrote it, or how much time from the time that you wrote your first poem to your first rap?
Really wrote music or just rapped?
I'm talking about when you felt like you sat down and you wrote some shit that, like, man, when people hear this, they gonna fuck with this. So I would assume that that's something that you went to record. You know what I'm saying?
Because I had plenty of first time I just wrote some shit and never really made it anywhere. I think I could. Yeah, I definitely could remember that. It wasn't too long ago, but it was long enough, you know. I would say I had to be like 16.
16. So you would say you've been rapping for at least 10 years?
Yeah.
10 years?
Oh man.
About 20, 30, 40.
See, I got gray money.
Look, I ain't want to do you too bad, OG.
Yeah. I was like
ballpark figure.
I was like 17, so it was over 20 years.
So between the two, y'all got 30 years.
Yeah, we got
of
30 years
of rap knowledge and experience. You know what I'm saying, and being in the game. So from the time that you guys first entered to now, like just walk us through your journey.
Well, me it was different because this was like.
And just how you even feel about how the rap game was when it started, into how it is now, and then we're gonna get into the tape and how this tape came about.
Well, with me it was different. It was like the late '90s. So I was talking to someone else about the other day, because there's people that come to the studio, and a friend of mine, he's all like, yo, you know, he's like, yo, why don't you find like a little younger guy that you can kind of groom and all that. I'm like, yeah, I have tried. Different people I would like try to produce, come to the studio, we ain't gotta worry about the money and all that. That's just, you know, just make some work. They may come here, they may come there, and then you don't hear from these motherfuckers no more. So I was like, yo, when I started, I still remember, this was like 97, 98. I know Pro Tools came out like 95, 96, but we were still using ADATs. ADATs and reel-to-reels back then. So I had to take the Metro, all around the Metro, and then like 3 buses to get to the studio. And at that time, that was right around the time when they started putting, when CDs was getting popular, because cassette tapes were just about fading out. So we either get them on cassette tape or a CD player. And obviously I didn't have anything to listen to, so I had to same thing back, catch the Metro all the way around, catch 2 or 3 buses to get back home, and then take that, whatever I recorded, to actually listen to. So I had to wait however long to do that. Yeah. So, and at that time, I was, like I said, it wasn't how you could just take beats off the internet and whatever. Like, you either had to know someone who made beats, and back then, like, things were expensive. Like, everybody had, whether it's the SP1200 or the people at MPC, not too many people I knew had MPCs, or the ASR10. You know, them things were highly expensive. I couldn't afford it at the time. I got a credit card. I remember I got a first credit card, and it was, I think the limit was like 15 grand. I went to, was it Chuck Levin? I went to Chuck Levin's, got ASR10, ASR-X, and a whole bunch of shit that I didn't even fucking need. Maxed that bitch out. Yeah, didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I figured it all, I tried to figure it all out and just started making beats and shit. And, yeah, and we'll go to the studio, and still didn't really know song structure as far as what to do. I just know I just wanted to rap. I know I wanted to make music and all that. And obviously I was a fan of hip hop from growing up at that younger age when it was the golden era or whatever you want to call it. It's when you see your legends, your KRS-Ones, you know, the lyricists, Rakim, NWA, all them things like that, where you see like with lyrics, you know that. So my foundation was always lyrics. How can you flip it? The double entrades, triple entrades, how could you do that? That was that, and then obviously we got to the digital age where things were a little bit easier and more accessible. So, but then that's when I got a little older now, and I was like severely into the street life. So here we go again. My music always reflected what I was going through. So when I'm heavy deep into hustling and all that, obviously my rhymes are gonna be about that. So it was heavy into that. Not like braggadocious, saying I got $20 million, or I'm pushing the Benz, or I'm pushing that, even though I had money and I had these cars and whips and all that. But it was still on some street shit. And I was in a group first, and then, you know, it was a rack of us, and I feel like everyone had a super group back then, but it just kind of faded down, and here it is just me. So yeah, and then I had, you know, I remember it was funny, I was listening to my first album today, and my first solo album, and I thought it was a shit back then. I was like, God damn, I'm embarrassed with shit is even now, because I didn't really, you know, when you listen to it, you listen to all the things of how you grew up as a person and all that. It was like heavy street shit. Like damn, man, what the fuck else was on your mind at the time? But that was me. At the time, that was it. So then the next album after that, my Money and Memories album, it was more, still heavy street shit, but it was more putting street shit and getting back to storytelling.
It was smooth.
And with some smoother tracks, smoother beats, and really just kind of learn how to blend all that in. After that, obviously, I had the Bully Beatdown album, which was more that Judah produced, and it was more boom bappy. Like, I don't want to call it a throwback, 'cause I hate that fucking word, but it was just like a lot of scratches, a lot of that, but it was still hitting, and that was just straight lyrical. There was some street rappers in there, but it was more like, yo, if you want to see if I can rap, nigga, listen to this album. I can show you I can rap, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then obviously, you know, with the federal government, that took, you know, 5-6 years away from me, and you know, here we are now. So that's my little 15-year history of getting into being in the music. Or
in a nutshell.
Yeah. But it's changed. A lot of things have changed. Yeah. So like I said, I've seen it from the beginning to what it is now, where you can have all this equipment and you can do a song today and put that bitch right out, and it's on fucking iTunes and Spotify whenever today. You know?
Right. And you can do shit so instantly.
Yeah. So I had the respect of it, knowing of where it started at. From, like I said, catching 3 fucking buses in a metro that go all the way around, to what it is now to do all that. So when I see people complain about shit and talk about shit, I'm like, yo, That's why I don't really work with nobody. And if they're going like, yo, if you can't match my energy, my work ethic, my drive, and all that, then what's the point? I might as well just keep doing it myself, because I'm that guy who did all that, will do all that. So someone came to me when I was 18 years old, I'm like, yo, I got a studio, I got beats, nigga, I'll be at your fucking porch, knock the fuck out waiting for you. And people today, they don't want this. Everything's instant. They want their iPhones faster, they want the internet faster, they want everything faster, 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 faster. But don't nobody want to motherfucking work for anything.
Yeah.
People come in here, go to the studio, as soon as you come out the booth, yo, the track's there, this is too high, that. I'm like, all right, nigga, that's a process, we gotta record it. Then we gotta give you like a pre-mix, and then we actually come back, and then we actually mix it and master it and do all that shit. But everybody wants everything so motherfucking quick that no one knows the foundation of making music. Because everybody wants everything so motherfucking quick. So, I don't know. It can be frustrating at times, but to me, I always take it back to the beginning. Like, all right, you know where your roots are, where you come from. So, take technology that it is today with your foundation and build what you gotta build.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like as you're telling me this story, you know what I'm saying, I'm envisioning, and I'm just like, damn, like that's why at that time, like the people that was on for a reason, because they had the talent, they knew they had the talent, and they had the drive to go out and do it, and that's what we saw. And it was like, all right, anybody, they man around the way was like, man, I could probably do that shit, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to take the time. They're not going to go there. And it's like now, because it's so accessible, it's like, well, the Bama that's actually vicious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All his men going to try to make a mixtape too for no reason, just because they can.
Right.
At this point.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like so much shit that's just kind of like, and it's not taking nothing away from anybody, but sometimes it just be feeling like it just be so much shit in the way sometimes that you can't even really. Yeah. It's hard to get to the music sometimes. Yeah. It's easy, but then it's hard. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because it be jumps that you never heard of, and it's like, damn, what the fuck this jump, man? This jump been out for a minute. You ain't heard this? Because it be so much shit in the way.
Yeah, so much music.
You know what I'm saying? So what makes this tape different from all the other shit that's out there?
I think like here we go again. We're just talking about the raw emotions, the vulnerability of exposing yourself, because even though I don't never try to act like I'm a general or captain, but even though like my situation of what I was going through at that time on pre-trial kind of took over the theme of the album, and he kind of like piggybacked right up on me. So there was one song we got going in where I'm rapping about like going like, yo, like, I'm taking this plea, nigga, this is what I gotta do, because I ain't trying to take this 15-year fucking mandatory minimum that I gotta do. So, and when he did the chorus, it was kind of like he stepped in, like he kind of put my shoes on and took everything I was going through right now and wrote it like, wow, that's like, exactly what I'm feeling right now. I couldn't say it, but he said it and all that. So that is the difference. It's just being vulnerable and being able to expose yourself and be like, yo, man, I'm a human being and I rap and this is what we go through. It's not always a fucking party, man. Let's just, but we got some party joints in there that'll make you fucking bob your head, and you want to throw some motherfucking elbows too. And there's some street shit on there too, because I mean, after the time I went to prison for some street shit. Right. So I'm not like this is a fucking a motherfucking emo album either.
Therapy session album.
Yeah, but
like just like you said, where the music was created. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, like this guy that came in whether it was last week or yesterday here to record, his state of mind and position of where he was at when he wrote this music, he just came from home, whether he was playing video games and came to the studio. We was actually in a predicament when, like, my man finna go away. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? So and we still, there's still bills that needs to get paid. A whole lot. There's still a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, things going on. So it's just like, this shit is real. So it's, in the midst of this, we still trying to be able to create and more so at the same time, not give too much, but just still give our all and pour our all into it, because this could be it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was for a short period of time or a long period of time, but we just knew that we had to put our all into it. And what's crazy is some of the songs that's even on there, I don't even remember we even made, because we were just at a process, we were just creating, whether it was grinding, vlogs, going here, shooting this, whatever. It was just grinding, you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it different, just the state of a mind and emotion and physically and mentally, you know, because like although I wasn't there with him, you know what I'm saying, but even just seeing the process, you know, no man ever want to wish that on no man, you know what I'm saying, especially being someone that's you're closer right there, you know, knowing his family too, knowing what they could put them through, it's really painful, you know what I'm saying, so that's what it is.
Do you let's talk about support. You know, we obviously we're in the DMV, everything DMV. You know, this area is starting to get a lot more attention, a lot more notoriety. How do you guys feel about your support systems and your fan base and how they've been growing with you? Like how do you feel about that?
I feel as though like when it comes to the you know you mentioned the DMV, because a lot of people have this thing when they feel as though like people support they're supposed to support you, whether it was your sister, your mom, whatever. Maybe they would possibly even feel, but like no one really have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, at the end of the day, is go back to the music. So we have to, as artists or whoever you are, you have to make these people believers. Because like we was talking about earlier, it's like it's so much shit in the way. It's like there's 1,000 records came out this week. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, in order for us to do that, it's just like how we was even talking about the music. It's just being yourself, being regular, you're not trying to act like you're better than these people. You live on Mars or wherever the fuck you claim, man, and people can't touch you or reach you. Just being a people's person, and you know what I'm saying, and relating to people. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I know a lot of cats around the city, you know what I'm saying, from in the entertainment, and believe it or not, a lot of these cats don't really even know me through my music or from my music. It was just me going around building relations, showing up in places like that. So it's like, if this guy, if I post something and I'm like, yo, check out this guy or she might check it out, not really off the strength of because they like or a fan of my music, because they probably never even heard my music, but off the strength of that was the guy that was at the event, he was cool, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever it could have been. So I believe sometimes it's just trying to be able to connect with people, you know what I'm saying, like it don't always have to be through music, but let that be the goal eventually. And like even when I was telling him, like, you know, he's a personal trainer, he does his gym, and you know, when you go on the stage, you'll be able to tell. So it's like I'm pretty sure he's able to connect with these people at a different level to a point that's like they're like, oh, let me check. He got music and stuff. Let me hear that. Or they probably ask him like, oh, well, who was that? Such and such. You know what I'm saying? Like he was telling me a story. He had Mike Lungs on the back of his. You know, like right now. You know what I'm saying? If he turns around, look.
Still got it.
You know what I'm saying? So and just like that, boom, they checked it out. So you know, that's how I feel about the support and doing that slowly but surely, going to more intimate events. It don't always have to be thousands of people. Like I'd rather throw a private little show with just like 20 people, because I could connect with the people a little more. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had to get off the stage and literally, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. That's how I feel about the support. You know what I'm saying? We have to also make people believers.
Definitely. How you feel, Mike?
I believe I don't have any support. You know, I don't. That's not has nothing to do against this area. And not saying nor do I not want it. I don't want support, but I don't want support just because I'm from here and I'm supposed to get support. Like, if you're gonna support me and you're gonna be a fan and you're gonna like my music, you're gonna like, you know, branding, whatever you want to do it because you like the music. Do it because you like the look. Do it because you like the sound of the voice, or whatever, or the it factor, whatever it is. Do it because of that. That's, to me, it's so like when people say, oh, I gotta support black businesses. Like, don't support my business because I'm black. Support me because my talent's good. You know what I mean? So if you want to come to my studio, come to my studio because the talent, what you got out of it, it sounds good when you leave out of here. You know, when you come to my training facility, if you want to train with me because I can get you in shape, not because I'm black. Same thing around here. Don't listen to my music because I'm from this area. Listen to my music because the shit is fucking good. You know, so maybe here we go again. Maybe it's just me being a street guy and knowing that, you know, this world is not going to give you anything and you got to earn every little thing you got. I'll take, you know, fan by fan and run with it from there. If I get support from here, cool. You know, the world's a big fucking place. I've been to a lot of places. I've been to a lot of countries, and one thing I know that's in common is when I go to places, every time I go to different places, different cities, and build with people and try to build relationships, what I notice is a lot of artists say the same thing that we say here, like, yo, man, these people don't support us here, they don't support us here. I was on the phone with my guy Dre from Seattle when I went out to Seattle, back in the day when the cannabis cups were going. He was a guy I was looking for some weed, and he was the first guy I ran into, built with him, and he hit me up yesterday. He's like, he has a pretty good scene going on in Seattle. He was like, yo, I'm trying to come out. I was like, yo, I'm trying to come out there to go build different shows out there. He's like, yo, man, I'm trying to come to DC. I'm trying to see what's up with y'all out there. So I was like, yo, what's up? He said, nah, it's cool here. It's cool, but I'm trying to get out. So everywhere I went to, everyone had the same story. They're just trying to get out of this city. Right. Because, it's all good and all that, but let's get realistic. What artists here can, let's say, get the Fillmore and sell it out? Just the artists. I ain't talking about having a DMV day with 20, 30 acts and then you're getting fucking the opening people to pay fucking $1,000 to $2,000 to open to open the thing, concerts, where then they gotta sell tickets or whatever else that, and it ain't got nothing to do with nobody. I'm just saying, I'm not really expecting to make it here. And if you don't like the answer, I don't really give a fuck. I don't really expect to make it here because my goal is not to make it here. That means I'm staying local. My goal is to be international, global. Whichever way that is. It may not even be me rapping. It may be just me producing. It may be, there's a lot of other things I want to be involved in, when music scoring. So many things. Music for video games, not just like the rapping on the Madden game, like the actual fucking music. You know what I mean? When you talk about audio can be in anything. People don't realize Clint Eastwood is probably damn near 80 years old, but he still scores his movies. He still he still writes all the music for his movies. So you got to think of all the checks Clint Eastwood gets on one movie, from producing the movie to directing the movie to scoring the movie to composing the music in the movie, winning Grammys that people don't know about because they don't air this shit. So when you talk about audio can be anything. It's not just rapping. Right. And I would put myself in a box if I'm thinking all I'm going to be is a motherfucking rapper and that's it. So when I got this audio system here, it's infinite, but it's here we go again. It's like being a hustler on the streets. Someone gives you this, what are you going to do with it? You give me this, I'll show you what I can do with it. Some guy I might open this door, I'm like, yo, here's the studio, and he has 3 or 4 songs. You give me a studio, I come out with something like, yo, what'd you do? I did some songs, nigga, I did some beats, nigga, I wrote some shit for this movie. Shit, the other day, my homie of mine wanted some music for his fucking podcast. I never thought I would make music for a fucking podcast, but I made some music podcast. Next thing you know, I got 5 people in my email wanting music for their podcast. So I was like, all right, cool, what are you trouble? This is what I charge for music. And so it's audio. Here we go again, audio. So I'm not just a motherfucking rapper, and I'm not gonna put myself in a box with thinking I'm only gonna be this, and I need DMV support to make it, because it ain't the way I make it. There's a lot of ways to make money. It's all about how you wanna make that money.
So you off your David Banner shit. You off your, you know what I'm saying? Because David Banner, he makes like sounds for like remote controls and shit like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's definitely. I'm glad you brought that up. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of youngins that tune in and they're not even hip to shit like that. They might feel like the only way is to fucking rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or to make a track. But I was necessarily talking about, you know what I'm saying? I framed it in the sense of everything DMV because, you know what I'm saying, this is our show, this is watching it, but at the same time, you know how they say, you got to make it in your city first, and then you grow.
I don't believe
you know what I'm saying? And now you gonna get this. This is what this ain't what I say. This is what they say.
Right.
This is what they say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm playing devil's advocate. So they say you got to make it from your city. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just saying that to say, like, even the fans that do support you from wherever they're from, now that they have so many other people that they are quote unquote, I don't want to say obligated to support, because obviously, I mean, they support you because whether either they like you or because they personally know you, which they have other relationships with other people that they either like or they just personally, you know what I'm saying? So it's just so much shit in the way. Yeah. So it's like, how do you keep their attention with all this shit going on?
Yeah.
That's how I'm trying to figure out.
You run that bag up. And I don't mean that in the sense of, I mean, that was a figure of speech in the terms of how these young niggas are saying. But in the sense of, you just do your thing. Like, you don't focus on, because today, like we said, the internet's undefeated. In the sense of, you can utilize that motherfucker We cuss on here? Sorry, like, are we censored? I don't know.
It's every motherfucking thing.
Gotta make sure, yeah.
Goddamn right.
Nah,
Shit,
but,
nigga, can we smoke in here? That's the question.
I wish. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, but nah, man, it's bigger than the DMV. With the not in the sense like you have to make it here, but the world is so big, the internet is so big. Like you could put your stuff out right now, and you know you could be able to see like, there's a lot more people in California that's digging my style of sound. You know what I'm saying? And you could be able to see that and actually like go there in these places. Like for an example, he put me onto this thing called United Masters. Who started that? It's like a platform. I don't know how to really explain it.
It's an online distributing company, but they do more than just get you on iTunes and Spotify and all Tidal and all that. You know, there's other services they offer, but you still own, you know, your music,
your masters and stuff like that. And like they actually would send you like a chord, because when you get with them and stuff like that, like you know you plug in all your social medias and stuff like that. They told up your fans. They'd be able to send you like information as far as like where you have most of your fans is from, and sensitivity, like where you should do shows at. Like he would even tell you from city to city, like exactly the numbers, and then they recommend that these cities you should do shows at. So that's how big the world and the internet could really be. You know, instead of you just thinking like, damn, you gotta confine yourself to this one place when you really shouldn't, because you're actually limiting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because there's like for an example, when we was moving around a lot, we ended up in Atlanta at Happy Studio. This is before, see, a lot of people don't know this. The new Hot Beats that people are going through, it's not even the original one. It's you know what I'm saying? But when the original one was we met this, what was it, Carlos? And we would have never known that's how even your music could sound after you record it if we never dealt with a engineer from Atlanta, like the way he did it with the chops and all types of crazy stuff. But normally we used to just in the DMV, they just mix it, whatever, then you get that same sound. But when you go to different places, you get different type of actual sounds. That's why these big artists, they be like, I'm about to go here to record, to get that feel, to get that sound. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go Southeast to record. I'm gonna go to Minnesota Avenue to record, bro. I can't do that. So you know that's the thing. Like don't limit yourself. And that goes for anybody. You know, love your city. Never forget where you came from, but don't limit yourself. You bigger than who you think you are for real. Like you know, you're much bigger than who you think you are. Go out there and get it.
Oh man. So look, right now, right? We got I don't know, say Jay-Z, Diddy, Steve Stout. They watching right now. Tape by the drop, right?
Album
by the fucking drop. I'm trying to keep it at the essence.
I can dig it.
What single y'all gonna play for? What y'all gonna play for?
Like,
what would you play? The tape. What's the name of the album?
Before the Deal.
On the 15th, before the deal was coming out. They're watching right now. They're tuned in. We live. If we was to hypothetically play a song right now, what song would it be? And why?
We only get one?
I mean, for time purposes, hypothetically, if y'all want to play the whole fucking tape live right now, the whole tape live, yeah, run the whole tape. I thought y'all didn't want to run the whole tape.
Well, hypothetically with Jay-Z, it would be one song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you even got up there, you could make it.
He got to go hit Beyonce. He got shit to do. He got to, you know what I'm saying?
You might get 20 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would be the song? What would be the song and why? And it doesn't have to be the same song. You know
I think it would be the Before the Deal song, because it kind of.
So how many tracks is on the joint?
We got 7. Here's the history of this. We had we recorded probably 20 to 30 songs. We narrowed it down to it was 15.
10 to 14.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's what it was gonna be that. This is how we narrowed it down. My homie Godfather, pretty sure everybody around here knows who Godfather is. He gave me a suggestion. One, he's mixing the album. So he gave me his suggestions. I let him hear the album. He gave me his suggestions on you know, what we should probably do. This is before he was gonna mix it and touch it. What we should probably do, how we should probably handle it. He was like, "Yo, you might want to cut it in half, and you could do a series of Before the Deals." He said, "You know how the attention span of people is right now. You know, people they go through a whole album and say, like people like me, my age group, we will listen to that, but somebody who's maybe younger, somebody's not, you know, their attention span's shorter. So we put it to 7 songs. So it's a little more than an EP, but a little shorter than an album, even though technically it's still an album if you want to go by the Recording Academy's stands for what an album is. So 7 songs. I would say Before the Deal, the actual title track to it would be it, because it kind of sums up like Before the Deal. We're talking about Before the Deal, like Before the Deal, like if not just a record deal, but like before you quote unquote whatever you is called to make it, because like I told everybody other things too, when you're around people, when you're building your team or whatever it is, which I've never had a team and all that, because I've tried certain things with people, you know, it's always going to be, your homie that's going to make it, but at least with me that shit never happened. I'm like, yo, if we quote unquote can't get along or can't make it, or people fuck up when we're quote unquote broke, not just broke, but like I guess we're not millionaires off this shit yet. If we can't, if we can't do that, then it's kind of hard when a guy has like, you know,
when you got the money.
When a nigga got like 80 grand in their pocket, and, you know, cuffed up with 2 girls and all that. It's kind of hard to tell anyone's like that. So we got to quote unquote make it now when we're quote unquote broke. If Jay-Z, compared to Jay-Z and all that, we're broke. You know what I mean? So yeah. So everything we're doing now is before the deal, before we make it to the world. So it's like, so that title track kind of sums it up. Even though it's kind of a hard, in your face, you know, ready to throw an elbow at a nigga type track, it still kind of sums it up. So that would probably be for me personally, that'd be the one.
Can we hit a beat at least?
Yeah.
I said, I know these niggas ain't just gonna laugh at me. I was These niggas still like a real laugh, like, no, nigga, we not.
Nah, nigga.
Let's see a little something, man.
Where's this motherfucker?
I was gonna say you should probably even one of the Jones Godfather touched up too.
Oh.
Alright, so while he find it, go ahead and tell us your track and why.
I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. For me, damn, it was craziest. It would either be Before the Deal or Going In.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're both like the theme song for the album. Going In was the one we was talking about because it was, you know, in the statement was like, damn, you know, write something talking to the fans about somewhat, you know, about what you're going through and what's happening and whatever. So it would be either Going In or Before the Deal. You know, those are definitely the theme songs. Yeah. But yeah.
Of course I can't find it.
I think he had him in his sessions or something.
I know it's
Well, that's cool. I mean, because we can just kind of chop that up, and then once we actually find it, we can add it to it.
Yeah, that's
kind of just play it into. So for real, you ain't even necessarily got to find it. I just wanted to be able to say it, and then we can kind of incorporate it.
But I do got it, though.
I hope so. The 15th is approaching.
Yeah, we're like
it's a swindle.
Little over a week away. We're still mixing it, but it's gonna be it'll be done in like 3 days. 3 days it'll be the final. Everything will be finalized.
3 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the crazy shit about it is the album's coming on the 15th, correct?
This your first album?
Nah, it's not my first album. Nah, I had the Excordium out a couple years back, and of course mixtape. But this, I would say, this would be my first major album to be on major platforms and things like that, and actually do things in a more like the way I did it the first time around. I went through some distribution deal that I had with some company. I don't want to say their name. And I don't get the rights to even get free promo. But
you signed to them?
No, I wasn't signed to them. I just had a distribution deal with them at that time for that one project.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but things didn't really work out like how it was all set to be done and all that. But you know what I'm saying? But now independently, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited, and so like I was saying, you know, the album coming out on the 15th. I believe what's today, the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we got some fire underneath our ass right now to make sure everything is right. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys gonna definitely see this probably after the 15th. You know what I'm saying? And if you're lucky, you get to possibly see this before the 15th. So look to you. You got the exclusive. But yeah, you know, we got a lot of pressure, deadlines, you know, to meet up and stuff like that. We're supposed to be getting a sample of the cover back, or it's supposed to be done. You know, so yeah, we got some work to do. Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it right, especially with me. Like, it's been 6 years since I put out an album. So that was the talk of Godfather when we had it. It sounded alright. I was like, yo, just put this shit out.
Yeah, we was ready
I was like, fuck it.
Come on, put it to the metal.
Put it out. Fuck it. He's like, nah, nigga. He said, yo. He said, people haven't heard you in 6 years, man. He said, I'm like, yeah, but fuck it, just put it out. People are like, no. He said, would you treat the streets like that when you was out there? Or would you care about the product that you put out in your rap? He said, this is your rap. This is your name. I'm like, you're right. So he was gonna come give me some pointers on mixing, and he ended up like fucking mixing a song. I'm like, you know what? You're gonna fucking mix the whole motherfucking thing. So and it like took it from like here to fucking here. If we're the camera right here.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, at times you gotta concede where you know where your talent, where your roof of your talent is. I know where my roof of my talent is when it comes to mixing. This is a guy who has fucking, you know, credits, you know, so his shit is way up here. So I'm humbled up to know a person can do a better job than me. Some people want to be Mr. Do It All and do everything themselves, but I know when someone has a better talent than me. So pass it on, give them his fair dues of that, and we'll go from there and see what happens from there. And we'll just try to. I believe it's gonna be a dope project. I think it's dope. A lot of people that heard it think it's dope. And here we go. We're gonna see what happens. You know, you never know what's gonna hit, what ain't gonna hit, but I think it still bangs out.
Before the motherfucking deal. Look, we was here before this everything DMV. Don't forget about it.
You know?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about it before the deal too. It's just not. It's more than just a title of an album. It's really a lifestyle, and that deal could be that, you know, promotion you might want at your job or wherever it is, or any deal that you could have got at the store. Oh, I got a great deal. This is what I did before the deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lifestyle. You know, even when that deal and come through, it's still gonna be more deals before it. It's always gonna be before the deal, because we always gonna want the bigger bag. You know, it's about elevating. So if you stop and when you get the deal, then you loaf, and you gotta keep getting more deals and bigger deals, endorsements and all that. You know, keep going.
Yeah, and we got a hell of a year coming. I mean, the title, you take the title with it, you think where you're gonna go with it. It's gonna be fucking awesome. So we got a really power-packed year, man. We're just gonna put some music out. We're gonna have a lot of vlogs, a lot of videos. We're just gonna show you our lifestyle and just show you how I relate. Like, man, I'm just a normal nigga, man. I put my pants on, I bleed blood, I take a shit, I cry, and that's just it. And I ain't scared to say that I do all that. Yeah, I ain't super nigga, you know.
I be in this show.
I'm trying to be wealthy, nigga.
We gonna smoke a lot of weed.
I will hopefully soon. Here we go. I do not smoke any weed right now.
I know he keeps stop saying that. We don't smoke in here. We don't do that in here.
Miss Lee, I do not smoke any weed
right now. I want to drink some Hennessy or some rum. See, I got a cold right now, so I would love to take some shots of rum.
Oh, you making excuses to get drunk? It's all cool. we all did it, man.
I did that last night.
We all did it.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, is anything that y'all want these people to know about y'all, man? Y'all situation, what y'all got going on? Y'all movement?
Yeah.
Your life? Anything?
Yeah. March 15th. Fuck everything else. March 15th, before the deal, the album, 7 banging motherfucking tracks that will shake your fucking car systems, that will shake your headphones and your motherfucking iPhones, your Androids if you got them pieces of shits. But it's some hard shit. You got a laptop, it's gonna shut that. March motherfucking 15th, before the deal. And after that, we'll let everything else go from there. Fuck everything else.
For the deal.
Fuck life right now, March 15th. That's it.
For the deal. Just know, let's get it.
That's it. Just before the deal. I want to see what the shit gonna look like once the deal get here. So is that the goal to get signed? Like, are we looking for a deal?
No.
We're not looking for a deal.
We should probably put that on.
Well, we want to stay independent.
Hell yeah.
Strictly. 100%.
You didn't cut it off, did you?
No.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Look, keep that on.
Let them know.
We stand independent.
100%.
So even if you do want to try, you got make sure the number's really high though. You know what I'm saying?
Even if it was high, it would have to be like.
Don't insult me.
not even insult me. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, put it like this. I'm good. I'm good financially. You know, whatever you want to call it. I lived the American dream already. I got the family. My kids are grown in college. I own a house. I got the white picket fence, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I've been around the world plenty of times. I've seen everything that any man can see. I've done things that every man would ever want to do. So I'm good where I'm at right now. Anything more than this is just a bonus. So fuck a deal.
Fuck a deal before the deal. Like I said, you come up with some good numbers, we can talk.
So you'll take a deal.
Not like signing with a record label, but like a partnership.
Nigga, if Atlanta came to you right now with $1 million cash for a deal, are you signing?
I won't take it because the thing is, if they coming at me, obviously I'm at some type of value that I shouldn't be signing, and I'm worth a lot more than that.
No, I wouldn't take it.
You know what I'm saying? If someone's coming at you with $1 million like that, you have to understand, like, think to yourself, like, I'm worth more than this. Because he won't be coming at you like that. So you got to understand that at that time in place, you know what I'm saying? I know it's hard for some people to understand that, but if you really in it to win it, the best way is to really be independent.
It depends on your situation. And I'm just talking about me.
Definitely depends.
Some of those situations that maybe so $1 million put in front of them, I'm like, nigga, I've had $1 million. I know what it's like. I don't, so, and I know how to get back and make it again legally. Legally, I know what my potential is on different businesses and things I want to do, how to get that. So for them to put $1 million in front of me, I'm like, just the average person's never seen it. It might be something joyful to them, like a nigga who never had pussy before. You get some pussy, nigga like that. I'm like, all right, I had pussy before, so.
And you got.
What about if the deal was right though? Like I understand, you know what I'm saying?
It's never right.
The thing is, you gotta remember. Look, if you're being offered $1 million, right, at this point in time, before they even came at you, you're already making money off of music.
Sure.
You're doing some type of shows, whether you getting 10,000 a night, 5,000 a night. But if you cranking these joints out, every nigga, we gonna do these joints like 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So let me see, if we doing 10,000 a night, we a piece doing like 40 racks just off of music a week. 80, 160. So it's like I'm making 160 in a month, just me by myself, without you. Why do I need you?
Yeah.
Right. So okay. So boom, you could make 160 a month on your own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can make 240 a month with them.
That's someone 3-4 yearly salary.
But you're not making 240 with them.
I'm just saying if the deal was right, if you could have it set up to the point where I am signed to a deal and I could be making more money than I be making. Because even Lil Boosie, I seen the interview.
You won't make more. You just get more.
He fuck with the majors more than he fuck with independent because they put you in a different platform. It's a different machine.
It's
a different monster.
It's a machine.
You see what I'm saying? So y'all don't care about it. Y'all don't care about it.
I don't know, but I'm speaking of me. You know the reason why is I'm not driven by money. I was driven by money at the time.
I'm talking about the platform.
Exactly. But the platform, we're talking about money here.
The platform is
money. At the end of the day, we're just talking about money.
True.
Regardless of how you look at it, whether you're talking about promo, marketing, PR, it's still about money. Because if they don't give it to me, that means I got to pay for it. So we're talking about money. So it is about money. So if I'm not motivated by that money. So I said in this interviews I've had from 5-6 years ago, I said it. All I ever wanted to make off music, if after taxes, I can make $100,000 a year after taxes, I'm cool with that. That's a great salary for anyone who's what's the average person get? 20 to 24,000 a year? If that, on the average. So if I can make $100,000 traveling the country after taxes, where everything's kind of paid for, I mean, I'm traveling for free, I'm in hotels for free, I'm eating for free, my rider's free, my per diem is free, all the things, but then I still make $100,000, and I'm doing all of this.
That's amazing.
I'm cool with that. Someone else may not be, but anything after that to me is a bonus.
Right. He's not saying he wouldn't.
Yeah. My goal was $100,000 a year after tax. That was my goal. Anything after that was cool. Take it back to the streets again. What was my best? I tell you what was your best month, nigga? What was the best month you had? And I knew my best months were. Like, all right, I need this. So I'm like, yo, if I can get this legally, I'm cool with it, because when I was making on the street, nigga, we the shit, we up. We in Vegas, nigga, we the table. We over here, nigga, we over there, we down Atlanta, we up in Miami, we here. Off we in the Palms, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, off my best month. So I was living my life off my best month. So if I can get something legally to make that, I'm cool. I don't know about the next nigga. I'm just speaking of me. I was cool with that.
I ain't gonna bullshit you. I came in for the motherfucking millions, man. Straight up. I came in for the millionaires, inshallah, like on some real shit. I'ma always shoot for the moon, and you know, and if I don't end up on the moon, we gonna at least land on the clouds, and we gonna be high as hell. Straight up. That's my whole thing with it. Like, I'm not a greedy dude or hungry for money, but
you want to get paid. Right, absolutely.
I mean, I want to pay myself, but I'm just saying, like, I came here.
You want to change your lifestyle.
Not only my lifestyle, but I want to be able to change other people's lives, so to put them in opportunities and positions where they can change other people's lives. Because one thing that really drives me, it make me feel good inside, is helping people. And a lot of things that I want to do and need to do and going to do is going to take and involve having some money behind it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to really help people. You know what I'm saying? Because I came from places where we was very less fortunate than others and things like that. You know, and thank God we blessed, but you know, definitely could give back and a lot more than you know we ever do. That's my goal.
All right. That's what's up, man. Once again, man, we appreciate y'all for having us out.
We appreciate you, man.
Everything DMV, it's your man DJ Work, Mike Lungs, Gary motherfucking F. Before the deal.
Before the deal.
March 15th. What time that motherfucker come out, man?
3:15, nigga.
March 15th at 3:15.
Nah, it'll be out at midnight though. It'll be out at midnight. What was that? 3:14 midnight? Nah, so it'll be 15 still. Yeah, 3:15 midnight.
3:15, March 15th, before the deal, banging hip hop. I ain't gotta hype it up, just listen to the shit. You don't like it, move on. You like it?
Damn, I am excited. It's been a minute since I really released music.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's been a minute for both of y'all.
It's been a minute for me. Nigga, I was, that's what I'm talking about. Like, nigga, I was in a motherfucking cell, nigga, dreaming of shit like this. So, that's what you're talking about. You're talking about, hey, this means I'm like, nah, nigga, just for me to get freedom was all the fuck I wanted, nigga. So, fuck these, you talking about these millions of dollars, these record deals, give me freedom. Now it's like, all right, let me just record. Now it's like, all right, cool, let me just make some money on that, because, you know, the proof's in the pudding. Like, I want to earn everything we do. You know, you think you better than me? Cool, let's do a fucking show. Cause I guarantee you put me and this nigga on a stage, and you can go to YouTube and see our motherfucking performance, and we ain't on no motherfucking lounge floor doing shows. We was an echo stage with every big major artist opening up for them. You can see our performances. You can see we rap, nigga, and I don't rap with the motherfucking song playing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I rap. I ain't scared to rap. Give me the microphone and I'm gonna rap. Fuck my lyrics, fuck all that shit.
March 15th.
March 15th. Before
March 15th.
You know, you was talking about being locked up, but I know, you know, you lost your brother, you know, a couple years back. I don't know if that's something that you're comfortable talking about on camera. How does that play into your music and, you know, you making music and you as a person?
It plays a major part in my life and music, period, just because I don't know how to even say this or if I'm even saying this right. I want my brother to be able to live through me for the things that he wasn't able to see. You know, like, I was able to turn 18 before my older brother. You know, he didn't even get to turn 18, so, you know, so at one point it was like, I want to live to be able to see 21, just so Jafar could be able to see 21, because it's like, you come from a place, but damn, you know, your brother getting killed, and, you know, you from the neighborhood, you know, things happen, you know, and that wasn't the first time. There's a lot of other things that's happened like that, so it's just like, damn, am I going to see 21? So I want to live to be able to see 21, so Jafar can see 21, so then it just came to like, you know, because before he got killed, he was on some most things like he wanted to be able to do better for the family and go to school, start a career, and do this for mom and pops and everything. So I want to kind of be able to continue that, and but also at the same time, it's just like, you know, do it through music, because that's a way for me to also channel my emotions and stuff like that. I can express that. I even just sitting there saying this, like, to be honest, this is the first time, just even in an interview, you've been asked, you know, I had to kind of even gather myself together before even answering that, but yeah, he's a major part of my life as far as my music, man. Rest in peace, Jafar. Love you, bro.
music is everything. I'm gonna tell you this. I still remember the day they when and these motherfuckers like stormed in like these fucking stormtroopers and shit with masks and M16s and fucking SWAT teams and shit like that. The first thing that went through my mind was not like, oh shit, I'm arrested. It was like, I'm not gonna be able to rap again. And it may sound fucking weird and stupid to anyone out there like, yeah, whatever, nigga. Cause it's like, when you live this lifestyle and the things that you're doing, we all know, at least, here we go again being honest, you know there's gonna be a time you might get caught and you could possibly do some jail time. So when I seen them come in, I'm like, all right, this is it. So this is it. The jig is up.
Right.
So that I already processed, and then that little probably 5 seconds before they put you on the ground and knee in your back and all that, I processed that, all right, the jig is up. Right after that, it was like when they were raising you up and they got handcuffed to you, and I'm like, fuck, I'm never gonna be able to rap again. I'm never gonna be able to do music again. I'm never gonna be in my studio again. Which is the weirdest, dumbest probably fucking thing to even have thoughts of at that time. Of all the things you could be possibly thinking of, your family, your kids, bail, bond, whatever you want to call it. My fucking thought was, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to do music again. So, to some people it may be a fad. To some people it may be, you know, whatever it may be. You know, I started rapping 2-3 months ago and all that. Like, nah, man, music is everything for me, man. Because whether I make it, don't make it, whatever, you know, the worst case scenario is I got something to bump in my car. You know what I'm saying? The worst case, other I can something to listen to when I'm working out. So I'll be making music forever, man, regardless of what it is. So it's like this ain't no fucking this ain't no fucking hobby to me, man. You know. They say, you know, it's a hobby until you fucking make money off of it. And I make money off of it. Whichever way I may make money off of it. I'm not saying I sell 1 million records and all that, but I make money off of music in some form of way. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, music is that important to me, man. And to some people it ain't. You know, some people they rap, you see, I'm pretty sure we all know, like, that nigga used to rap back in the day, whatever happened? And the nigga don't rap no more. Like, fuck you mean you don't rap no more, nigga? Like, I'm like, cause I rap, nigga. Like, right. I'll be 80 years old probably still trying to write a rhyme and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
just get in the studio.
Whatever it may be. Not saying I'm gonna be rapping until I'm 80, but it's still gonna be in there, something like that. I'm like, yo, I'm an MC.
Still gonna be doing something around music.
Something, some form of it. So I don't, you know, that's just me. I can't speak of anybody else. I know music is a major part of my life. Of listening to music, liking music, enjoying music, because music is everything, you know. We could be in this room right now, it's kind of still. We put some music on, the whole mood changes dramatically, whatever it is. So, yeah.
Especially if it's that before the deal.
Especially if it's that before the deal on March 15th, motherfucker.
At 3:15.
Yeah, at 3:15.
It just sound like got a lot of energy coming with it.
It do got a lot of energy.
I feel like it got like some DMX type.
Especially with Godfather mixing it, man. That's what like really gives it like, cause
shout out to Godfather.
Yeah,
the way that man can sonically take something.
I would play you a record like that was untouched by him in the same song, and when you hear the difference in the song, you're gonna tell any artist and every artist like, bruh, you need to get your music mixed.
Like it sounds completely different.
Bruh,
yeah,
it's a big difference. Like completely different. Like a big difference. Yeah. Like you literally will recommend anybody. You're probably like, yo, what's cuz information?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now here we go, because it's just experience. Here we go again about being humble to be like, because certain people I try to talk to about certain things when they come in to record, like, yo man, why don't we do this in your hook or do that? Like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, all right, you don't even want to let me finish the statement.
Take no suggestions.
You know, I'm always a student. Even at my age, whatever, I'm always going to be a student because I can learn something every day. So, and even Godfather's younger than me. So, when he's talking, I'm humble. I'm like, all right, let me listen to what you got to say. Because you might got something important to say. And it's highly important. Whether I agree with everything someone says or not, I at least take the time to listen, process the information, and then it's about what I do with it.
Right.
But I ain't up here like, I ain't gonna listen to you, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You know, I'll listen to process it. So I'm always a student with anything in life. I'm always a student just trying to figure out and get better and all that. I'm never too fucking big willy dog, whatever you want to call a nigga, that I can't never listen to a nigga. And there's a lot of people out there like that, and the attitude fucking sucks. And I don't like being around people like that. So I just try to keep the people that have the same energy as me, that's on the same wavelength as me. And Godfather was one of them. He comes with a lot. And the thing about Godfather is, and when I was on pre-trial, there was 2 different instances. When I was on pre-trial, when I couldn't leave the house, him and maybe 2 other people were the only people who came and saw me. I had a lot of friends, a lot of associates, a lot of people that made money with me. No one came and saw me. Him and maybe 1 or 2 other people. When I came home, and I was still on house arrest from being home when first they had me at the halfway house. I was still on house arrest for a couple months. Godfather came over to me. I didn't grow up with this man. I didn't know him too long. I only knew him like a year or two before I actually got in trouble.
Yeah, man.
You know that? So it's weird. You think people that you came up with, your friends, you like that, gone with the wind, but people you didn't really come up with are the ones you kind of end up bonding with and all that. Of all the people I know, the same couch you're sitting on is the same couch he sat there when I couldn't go anywhere with a fucking ankle bracelet stuck in his house, bringing me food, bringing me up, just for conversation. Like, yo, what's up? I'm just coming through to say what's up to you. And then here we go again. X amount of years later, he's mixing my first album that I'm putting out. So it means something to me. Friendship. When I call someone a friend, that word friend means something to me. I don't know what it means to everyone else. They can say that's my boy, that's my homie, that's whatever. But when I call you my friend, that means something to me. I don't know what it means to everybody else. So, but March 15th, all my friends out there, even if you ain't my friend,
315
before the deal.
Give your social networks. Where can they follow?
Mike Lungs, MICLUNGZ. It's Mike Lungs.
On everything?
On everything. Even my Gmail, Mike Lungs. You need a beat, you need a verse, you just want to get at me, Mike Lungs.
Oh, you want to work out, nigga?
You need training, you want to get in shape, you're a female, you got a stomach, whatever it is you need to get in shape, holla at me.
Erie Ave. You know, it's Erie Ave everywhere. Yeah, literally, Erie Ave everywhere. ErieAve.net, Erie Ave on Facebook, Erie Ave on Twitter, Instagram, and also Shop Hanifa. Hanifa. Definitely.
Now, I really hate to do this. I really do. I swear to God, I hate to do this.
Why are you doing it, nigga?
Because I have to. I just had to. Yeah. You know, it's everything DMV. Our fans. They're dyslexic. They can't spell. So just go ahead and spell. I know you got your shirt, so they should definitely know how to spell Mike Lungs.
Well, just in case
at Hanifa, just in case they don't, they're dyslexic. Shit's fucked up.
You're right, though.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers can't spell. Motherfuckers can't read. Spell your shit out, so they don't have no reason not to fuck.
No, because everyone always messes it up. So Mike, not M-I-K-E, M-I-C-L-U-N-G-Z. Z, nigga, not the S.
I'm gonna hit him with the Z.
No excuses, DMV.
No excuses.
No, it's Erie Ave. That's E-R-I-E space A-V-E underscore. Sorry, that's right. Underscore. There you go. I appreciate it. So that's E-R-I-E underscore. The load job. A-V-E. And like I said, Shop Hanifa. That's HANIFA.co.
That's his sister's clothing line because he didn't want to say that, but that's his sister's clothing.
That's my sister's clothing line.
And look, I couldn't even spell that
That's
shit.
what it is.
So I just wanted to make sure that I couldn't even spell it.
It sounds weird, right?
Well, you know, I skipped a lot of classes.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I skipped a lot of classes. Somebody else might know how to just sound it on now. Did it be right there? Shop at DMV. We appreciate y'all, man. Yeah. It's DJ Work, everything DMV. We got the big homie Baka in the building. Everything DMV, man. Let's go.
Let's get it.